Hello. 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 I just noticed I've got a pocket here. I could put things in here. Like a kangaroo. Okay. Hi. Yeah. Today's video, I'm making cinnamon rolls. Okay? But they're Canadian cinnamon rolls. Why? Well, because I'm a Canadian. Well, actually, to be more precise, I'm a French Canadian because I live in Quebec, Canada. And I said to myself, I have no dessert. I've got no dessert to go with my meals. So I said, let's make some cinnamon rolls. That would be a good idea. So we're going to start off first asking you, how are you doing? Is everybody in the kitchen? Baking? Cooking? I hope so. I need my raisins. I need a cup. I need a measuring cup for starters. There's never enough room in a kitchen. Never enough room in a kitchen. But the more room you have, like I always say, the more you have to clean, the more of a mess you're going to make. So we're going to start with that. Now that's a half a cup. I don't want half a cup, I want a whole cup. We're going to start with I want 2 cups. Okay. 2 cups of flour. I'm using cake and pastry flour. That's supposed to help for it to rise. Okay. I'll put in the yeast right away. I want to put in a good teaspoon. Maybe a little, let's say a teaspoon and a quarter. Well, let's say a teaspoon and a half. That's true. I'm using 2 cups of flour. So, 2 cups of flour and a teaspoon and a half of yeast. Just want to soften that up and mix everything together. good. I want to put in a bit of sugar. I always use brown sugar. I don't want to put in a lot because we're going to be adding more after. And a little bit of salt. Pinch of salt here. A good pinch of salt. A good pinch of salt. That enhances the flavor. Oh, mix your sugar. And like I say, why I put the sugar, it's to feed the yeast so it can expand and grow. Yeah. Okay. Now, this is all good. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Okay. Now, I got some water here. The water has to be 105 degrees. You know, you can go to about 110, but try not to go any higher than that because you're going to ruin your yeast. Yeah. So, I always like tempering it. You know, because what our body is at 96.6. So it's got to be a little bit hotter, you know, than our body. It's a little bit hot still. It's a little bit too hot still. It's cooling down. I'm cooling it down. If I can touch the water, that means that the water is at a good temperature. And now, add the water. Put in about a half a cup of water. Don't be afraid to get in there. Yeah. I know. But people, they use those fancy machines, fancy dough machines. But I'm a manual type of guy. Yeah. I like get in there. Feeling it. Feel everything. Okay. Oh, my stomach's growling. What are you hungry for? Well, it's normal. I'm cooking. Oh, it's got something vibrating here. Oh, something making noise. That's what making the yeah. That's what's making the noise. Where's my coffee? sure it's all mixed together good. Same time, I'm warming it up with my hands. Okay, get it all there. Make a nice little ball. Now, let that rest for a little bit. Now, I need room here. The raisins, my utensils. Everybody getting ready for Christmas? Yeah. Have we put up our Christmas tree? And all the decorations? Go over crazy either with the flour. Now, I'm going to get this rolled out. Now, depending how thick you're gonna go, you know, I'd say maybe a little bit less than a quarter of an inch. You know, you can go about 1/8 of an inch. It's up to you how thick you want to make it, but I don't want to make it too thick. Oh, I got some extra flour here. I've oiled my pan, but I want to flour it. That's going to be like a blanket, a nice little warm blanket to keep the dough nice and warm. Yeah. Now, let's start creating. I've got here somewhere, oh yeah, got here a bit of jam. This is apricot jam. I'm trying it. You can use strawberry, peach, whatever you have on hand that goes good with cinnamon. I want to just add a nice light coat. That's going to help too, for a little bit of glue. Little Christmas jar. Yeah. Okay, now we got our cinnamon. Want to add cinnamon. I love cinnamon. That's so nice. It smells so good. Did I ever tell you the story? A Christmas story, okay? Every year, I would make a gingerbread house for Christmas. And of course, gingerbread house has a lot of sugar. I would make these pretty houses and put them on the table as a decoration for Christmas. But you had to wait till after Christmas before you could eat it. It happened that year. It was so pretty, my house, that we decided not to eat it, to keep it as a decoration. I had put it aside in the entrance on the other side of the house. So I didn't really notice. I didn't pay attention, but every time you would walk in the house, you could see the gingerbread house. My hands are slippery. Ooh, that's a workout. And nice hot summer day. I didn't pay attention. I should have thrown it out. Or we should have eaten it. But then I started looking closely at it, and it had a movement. What the heck? I said, it's like it's moving. Got some raisins, some dried raisins, and as I approached it, and there were ants, like these big black ants that were, at home. They had made a trail every time someone would open the door. They would come in. They had a trail in and out. But, I would vacuum them up, or I didn't really notice until that day. And believe me, they were at home. They had no wonder they were so big. They had a feast. Well, I'm telling you, that house disappeared pretty fast in the garbage. And the ants also disappeared. So if ever you notice that you have ants in your house, make sure you don't have a gingerbread house lying around somewhere. Okay, now, sugar. You need sugar. Don't forget the sugar. I say brown sugar. There's a lot of times when you're going to ice it, you know, you're going to use white sugar or icing sugar or refined sugar. I like brown sugar. And I'm not going to go crazy too much again here with the brown sugar. Now, okay, my knife. Just going to move a few things here. Just going to peel an apple here. Okay, that's good. I got my grater. I just want to grate a little bit of apple. About half an apple, I guess. And it doesn't matter if it's perfectly even. It doesn't have to be. Okay. Got here my maple syrup. This is where the Canadian part comes in. Now, at first, you don't want to add too much. Just a little bit. I'm going to make a mess, of course. Sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. You go over there. Over there. Okay. Now, spread it out a bit. Now it's gonna infuse with everything and become one tasty morsel. Now we roll. Did I forget anything? Am I sure I got everything in there? I think so. Just about everything but the kitchen sink. Now, roll. You want to, as you're rolling, you can also add more cinnamon. halfway, tucking the ends about halfway through. A bit more cinnamon. Come on to Papa. Don't have to roll it too tight either. No. Okay, now I want to cut 1, 2, 3, 5. And then get 6 out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I want to make sure I have room here. Syrup is oozing out. The syrup and the jam and everything's oozing out. Waste. Going in the middle. Yeah. Now, hopefully, if everything goes good, they should double or triple in size. But now, I've got to put them in a nice warm place. And as I'm cleaning up everything, well, they're rising. So, we'll be back later. Let's get cleaning. Hi. So, I'm back. I got the cinnamon rolls out of the oven. I let them rise for about a good hour. And they doubled. And then I baked them for about 30 minutes. Well, 25 minutes at 350. So now, just gonna put them on my platter here. It's hot. They didn't rise quite as much as I wanted to, because when you're baking, like in the winter when it's cold, sometimes you have not enough heat. The place is not warm enough to give it a good enough rise. Doesn't matter. They're going to be very good anyways. And, like I say, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as they're good, that's the main thing. And at the same time, you're also practicing in the kitchen like me. Because like I said, I'm only a house cook. You know, it takes years and years of practice to get things just perfect. And so far, I haven't had any complaints. Now, I just want to drizzle some more maple syrup here on top. I'm just gonna brush it. Let's get up to the glaze here. That should be good enough. So there, have it. Our cinnamon rolls, Canadian style, with maple syrup. So, y'all take care. Yeah. We love you. And be catching you on our next adventure. Bye for now. Bye. Oh, that's good. Sorry, you're not seeing this right now. It's your imagination. Go to bed. Yeah. It's late. Time to sleep. Good night.